I used to believe silence was survival. That if I just swallowed every cruel laugh, every whispered jab, every glass raised at my expense, I'd eventually be accepted. But the truth is, silence doesn't protect you. It only teaches people how to erase you. I'm Adrian, 34 years old, and for most of my life, I was the family's favorite punchline. Their entertainment. Their running joke. Imagine sitting at the dinner table, hearing your own father nudge your brother and mutter, "He's always been the embarrassment." Imagine pretending to laugh along while your chest is burning like fire, while your mother stares at her wine glass instead of defending you. That was my normal. Every holiday, I became the servant. Fetching chairs. Carrying plates. Clearing dishes. Not because I wanted to, but because when you're treated like background noise, you start to believe that's all you are. My brother Marcus was the golden child, the career man with the expensive watch. My sister Lila, the perfect mother, always showing off pictures of her baby. And me, I was the strange one. The drifter. The guy wasting his 20s on startups nobody understood. Apps, consulting gigs, late nights at my laptop. To them, I wasn't building, I was playing. To them, my future was a joke. But I kept going. Quietly. Patiently. Because there's something dangerous about the quiet ones, we're the ones planning. The breaking point came on Lila's birthday. A fancy vineyard party, live guitarist, slideshow of her life. Marcus raised a glass and toasted, "Here's to Lila, proof that being responsible pays off." Laughter. Applause. Then my mother added, "And here's to Adrian, for always keeping us guessing." More laughter. My hands shook as I lifted my glass. I smiled, but inside, something snapped. That night, while they laughed and left, I stayed behind to help clean up. Marcus walked past me and muttered, "Still the helper, huh?" He thought I didn't hear. He thought I wouldn't remember. But I did. And in that moment, I made a promise to myself, never again. I had been saving in silence. Investing in silence. Building in silence. And a few months later, I closed on a house they couldn't even imagine. A modern mansion perched on a hill, glass walls overlooking the city lights. My dream home. And for once, I didn't invite them in. Instead, I filled it with people who believed in me. Friends. Clients. Mentors. We lit up the night with music, laughter, and speeches that didn't end with a punchline at my expense. A friend snapped a photo of me on the balcony, arms raised against the skyline, captioned, "From outcast to empire builder." That photo went online. And by morning, my family's phones were buzzing with the one thing they never expected, my success. They called. They texted. They left bitter comments like, "Why weren't we invited?" And some people forget who raised them. Even Marcus showed up at my gate demanding to talk. I let him in. He stood there, arms crossed, eyes scanning the house. "So this is real?" he asked. "Yeah," I said. "Why didn't you tell us?" I laughed. "When's the last time you even asked?" He tried to twist it, said I was the one embarrassing them. That word embarrassment, after years of being their shame, after years of being their joke, now suddenly my success was the crime. I looked him dead in the eye and said, "This isn't revenge. This is peace." But peace doesn't last in families like mine. Days later, I received a letter from my mother. 5 pages, handwritten, thick paper like a wedding invitation. She didn't start with "Dear Adrian." No greeting. Just, "I don't even know where to start." She rewrote history in that letter. Claimed the cruel jokes were just family humor. Claimed I was too sensitive. Claimed my brother never meant the things he said. Every sentence was a twist of the knife. And then came the real ask: money. Advice. Help. She wanted my success to serve them. I stopped reading. I poured myself a drink, lit a fire in the backyard, and watched those pages turn to ash. And for the first time in my life, I didn't feel guilty. They didn't want reconciliation. They wanted ownership. Ownership of my story. Ownership of my victory. But my story wasn't theirs to own anymore. So I kept moving forward. I agreed to interviews. Articles. Podcasts. My face on magazine covers with headlines calling me an underdog, a founder, a builder. The same family who once called me a loser now had to watch the world call me successful. And yet, even then, the message came, would have been nice if we were included. But here's what I've learned, not everyone deserves a seat at your table, even if they share your blood. Sometimes the people who should clap the loudest are the ones who'd rather see you crawl. So I chose differently. I chose boundaries. I chose peace. I chose to build a world where I'm no longer the joke, I'm the author. And to anyone listening who's been laughed at, dismissed, or underestimated, remember this. Silence is powerful, but only if you use it to build. One day, when the lights are shining on you, they'll try to rewrite the story. Don't let them. Because the greatest revenge is not revenge at all. It's freedom.